Imagine standing in a packed Harlem nightclub in 1958, jazz notes swirling, cigars smoldering, and beneath the laughter, a deadly plot unfolds. A $50,000 contract hangs over the head of Bumpy Johnson, Harlem's protector. His closest ally, Big Sam Foster, the brother he chose, has been tempted with cash to pull the trigger at Lenox Lounge on a fateful Friday night. But Bumpy's 3 weeks of preparation turn betrayal into a masterstroke of power and loyalty. You'll see secret meetings of New York's 5 families, a daughter's life on the line, a gun that won't fire, and a lesson that reshapes the underworld. If you love stories of strategy, honor, and Harlem's kingpin, hit that like button and subscribe for more. September 12, 1958, 11:47 p.m. Big Sam Foster's fingers tremble around his .38 Special's grip. $50,000, enough to clear his daughter Kesha's mounting tuberculosis bills, has bought the attention of the 5 families for 5 years. Sam has stood guard beside Bumpy Johnson, the unrivaled leader of Harlem's numbers game and its defender against outside vultures. Tonight's plan is simple. Slip into Lenox Lounge. Wait for a moment when Bumpy is engrossed in conversation, pull the trigger at the back of his head, and vanish before anyone notices the bodyguard's betrayal. Sam enters the lounge, moving through cigar smoke and gold chains, keeping his coat collar high. At his usual corner table, Bumpy Johnson leans in to whisper with 2 city councilmen over untouched Hennessy. His gray suit is flawless, fedora at rest. Sam sees the man who saved more than his own life, paid rents for widows, stopped police raids with a phone call, sent mob enforcers back in ambulances, and his hand tightens on the cold steel. He takes aim. He squeezes the trigger. Click. Silence. Heads swivel. The trumpet player freezes mid-phrase. Bumpy Johnson turns, eyes calm, and utters the 5 chilling words, "I've been counting on you." What no history book tells you is that Bumpy had known about the hit for nearly 3 weeks, and everything he did in those days ensured that betrayal would become his greatest triumph. To understand that night, you must understand who Bumpy Johnson was in 1958. Not just a gangster, but Harlem's champion. While the Italian 5 families clawed to seize the numbers racket, nickels and dimes that added up to fortunes, Bumpy stood between his people and those who saw them as prey. The mob tried violence, bribes, politics. Nothing worked. Bumpy ruled not by terror but by respect. Desperate, Frank Costello summoned the heads of the 5 families to a backroom meeting. Carlo Gambino exhaled cigar smoke as Costello laid out the failure of every tactic. "This man," Costello said, voice low, "is invincible. What do we do?" Gambino tapped ash into a crystal tray. "We find the one man Bumpy trusts above all. Turn him." Thus, Big Sam Foster, 6'4", of muscle and unwavering loyalty, became the target. On August 20th, 1958, Tony Marinè, the Italian's collector-turned-recruiter, waited in a black Cadillac outside Sam's apartment on 132nd Street. When Sam emerged, Tony's grin was that of a salesman. He slipped 5 crisp $10,000 stacks into a briefcase and offered Sam a deal. 1 shot in Lenox Lounge, a new life in Miami, secure identities for his family. Sam's heart pounded as Tony reminded him that without this money, Kesha would die on a charity ward cot. Promises of safety and wealth warred with his conscience. That night, Sam couldn't close his eyes. His daughter's wheezing breaths haunted him, and the smiling stacks of cash glowed temptingly in his mind. 3 days later, Sam called Tony. "I'm in, but half up front." The next day, $25,000 landed in an unmarked account. But Bumpy Johnson never trusted chance. He had eyes in every corner of Harlem. Shoe shiners, cabbies, a parking attendant named Jerome. Jerome saw Tony's Cadillac and Sam sliding inside. 2 hours later, he stood before Bumpy at Small's Paradise. Sam got in 5 minutes, Jerome reported, sliding a license plate number across the desk. Bumpy placed a single bill in Jerome's palm. Forget you told me. For 2 hours, Bumpy sat alone, turning over a painful truth. His brother had been bought. He could have silenced Sam forever, and a phone call would have dumped a body in the East River. But Bumpy Johnson was no ordinary gangster. He decided to teach Sam and the entire neighborhood a lesson in power. He called Victor, a Brooklyn gunsmith who'd been loyal for 15 years. I need a perfect .38 special that can never fire. Looks real, handles real, but when you pull the trigger, nothing. Victor delivered a flawless dummy gun in 3 days. Then Bumpy needed a distraction. He ordered Sam to fetch an envelope from a Bronx contact, keeping him out of his apartment. While Sam was gone, Bumpy and Illinois Gordon slipped in, replaced Sam's weapon with the inert copy, then closed the door behind them. The time to act had arrived. September 12th, 11:47 p.m., Lenox Lounge thrums with life. 300 souls drinking, scheming, celebrating Harlem. Sam, steadying his nerves with a whiskey, feels the weight of betrayal beneath his jacket. He moves through the throng until he stands a few feet behind Bumpy's chair. No one notices. His gloved hand grips the gun. He aims at the back of Bumpy's head and pulls the trigger. Click. Instantly the room stops breathing. That single click echoes like a proclamation. Jazz halts mid-bar. All eyes converge on Sam's shaking hand and Bumpy's composed silhouette. Sipping his cognac, Bumpy slowly turns, his gaze cutting through the crowd. "I've been counting on you," he murmurs. Sam's knees buckle. The shame, sharper than any bullet, drives him to collapse before Bumpy's table. "I'm so sorry," he whispers. Bumpy raises a hand. From his inside pocket, he withdraws an envelope. He drops it on the table. "Your daughter's bills, paid this morning. There's 5 grand more for you." Sam's breath catches. "Why?" he chokes. Bumpy's voice is gentle but unyielding. "Because I had to know where your loyalty lay, money or brotherhood." Standing, Bumpy addresses the stunned crowd. "Harlem isn't for sale. This brother tried to sell it. We are a family, and no mob can buy what we protect." He points to Sam. "And this man will leave tonight, take his family, and disappear. If I ever hear his name again, there's no mercy." Sam, tears streaking his face, gathers his useless gun and exits into the night, destined for Detroit, haunted by remorse. Bumpy lifts his glass. "To Harlem and loyalty that endures." 300 voices echo, "To Harlem." The band resumes. Life carries on, but nothing will ever be the same. Word raced through every speakeasy, every mob meeting from Boston to Baltimore. Bumpy Johnson had known of the hit for weeks. He let it unfold and turned it into his greatest display of dominance, without firing a single shot. The next morning, the 5 families convened again. Frank Costello seethed at Tony Marinet's failure. Carlo Gambino, cigar in hand, observed quietly. "We cannot defeat him," Gambino said. "We tried force, bribery, betrayal. He's always ahead. Let Harlem be his, and we'll focus elsewhere." It marked the first time the families abandoned territory without bloodshed. Bumpy Johnson ruled Harlem for another decade, before a heart attack claimed him in 1968. Ironically, in Lenox Lounge, the very spot he turned assassination into legend. His real weapon was foresight, the art of playing chess. While others played checkers, Big Sam lost everything but his life and spent his days as a broken man. Bumpy returned to his corner table that night, drained his cognac, and remained Harlem's undisputed king. If this story fired you up, do me a favor. Like the video and subscribe for more incredible tales from the underworld. Next week, we'll dive into how Bumpy walked unarmed into Luciano's office and walked out with the deal of the century. Don't miss it. Hit that bell so you're first in line. Gamsahabnida.